Hey folks, how's everybody doing out there? Hope you're doing well on this beautiful planet we call the Earth. It's a beautiful day here. It's windy, just a few clouds in the skies. I got palm trees whipping in the wind. Just absolutely gorgeous weather, but it does get hot. It's been getting hot in the middle of the day here. So what we've been doing is hunkering down in the heat of the day and then spending more time outdoors in the evenings. So without further ado, welcome to today's, I would call it a handsome donkey show light. I'm not going to put too much emphasis into today's donkey show because they're just, the comments are not, they're not getting better. Like I said on the last show, the donkeys are apparently scared to hee-haw. They're scared to pour out their true feelings, hit me deep, cut me deep, because they know I'm doing these donkey shows. And they don't want to be featured. Just use that word. They don't want to be featured on my show. If it's the first time you're joining me, basically I take all the mean comments and the people who are trying to hurt my feelings and I put them together in a little show for you. You know, it's just like reading mean comments. Initially, the comments were really good, creative, but people realize I hit them back now, so to speak. And it kind of toned down, so I do what I can do. When I go over there to show hidden comments, they're just all disappointing these days. Anyhow, without further ado, let's go on to the first donkey. Okay? Let's see. People like you make me sick. Prey on them young girls. P-R-A-Y. Another spelling bee champion right off the bat from the Colonel. Hey man, maybe you were drinking, you know, maybe you were working on a car at the same time, you had grease on your fingers, whatever, but keep reminding people, I'll continue to remind you that if you're going to try to hurt my feelings and or issue threats or death threats, or you're going to, you know, come do some type of physical violence, what I need you to do is spell check your message, okay? Then go back and read it out loud and make sure it flows properly with the proper grammar, punctuation, capitalization, and absolutely no emojis. If you put emoji on some type of threat, especially a death threat, you lost me. The minute I see the emoji, I can't stop laughing because a dude of my generation, we think that's funny as hell. It's just like wearing skinny jeans. I'm not saying emojis in general are bad. I mean, they're not for me. But I think they're okay if it's just in normal or a positive way or you dislike something. But don't threaten a guy of my generation that you're going to kill me and put a bunch of emojis on there. All right? It's like a flashback to my kindergarten classroom and I can't take you seriously. So right off the bat, we got a spelling bee champion here. It's P-R-E-Y, Colonel. It's not pray. P-R-A-Y. But thank you for coming to my channel, my little piece of digital real estate, and expressing your opinion. Not creative enough for any award other than the Spelling Bee Champion Award. People like you make me sick. Pray on them young girls. No capitalization. You lost me, man. You lost me. Wow, what a scumbag. It is hard enough blaming yourself for your child's disability. Should be apostrophe S on the child's. Show possession. You did a comma. I probably would have put a period and separated the sentences. Disability, period. Started a new sentence without a proper capital on the W. When parents are late 30s and above, you have 10% chance. If you have a boy, it's 20% chance. That sentence didn't flow very well. You lost me with your improper, or I say poor grammar. Scofa UK, whatever your name is. Oh shit, got Lazada. Hold on, folks. Okay, I'm back. Due to the fact that it's the heat of the day, the ladies are in the other room with the children watching TV, and they can't hear the Lazada guy and it interrupts my video. But I will never complain about the Lazada guy interrupting my day because he's bringing Christmas cheer in the month of April. Okay, so while the ladies are taking care of that business, back to Scofa UK. Thank you very much for your expert biological and physiological assessment on the causes of autism. I certainly appreciate that. I'm sure the hospital that you work at over in the UK appreciates your service, whether you're in surgery. You're probably a neurosurgeon. I'm sure they appreciate you there. Okay, thanks for going to medical school. Okay, let's see. And again, this is just to show you where I found my donkeys. You know, you go on the back end of YouTube, you have comments and you have hell for review. You go to hell for review, and then the really nasty ones are hidden behind this thing. It's that you got to actually do an extra click to show the nastiness, right? So this one comes in here, and I'm going to read this, but this user right here actually self-corrected himself. Or, not say self-corrected, he changed his opinion about me after he watched a few more videos, but this was his first comment, so let's just, I wasn't even sure what language that was, and I believe, is that Dutch? I think that's Dutch. Anyhow, I dropped it into Google Translate, and I'll go ahead and read it to you. And again, I'm not going to hit this gentleman too hard. He showed up, he took a 10-15 second snapshot of who I am, formulated his opinion, fired for effect, and then later on revised his opinion. So hey, you American foreigners are the biggest toxic people in the Philippines, but in the world. Now again, he may have used the most perfect grammar in his language, so don't blame him on the grammar. I give him a pass. This is from Google Translate. So Google Translate ain't exactly a spelling or grammar champion. I'm not impressed by AI, by the way. I'll talk about that later. You American foreigners are the biggest toxic people in the Philippines, but in the world. You use and abuse innocent Philippine girls. Money is power. Money is power, according to you, bastard. You stink when you laugh falsely. You are your scum. And I don't... Yeah, baby, go ahead and dig into that. Just dig into that package. Handle that. So, yeah, I'm not impressed by AI at all. But that's pretty funny. You stink, you're scum, money is power, according to you, bastard. Well, my friend, and I'm going to call you friend because in the follow-up comment, you know, we're friends again. Money is power no matter where you're at in the world, okay? Who do you think the U.S. government is going to listen to, me or Elon Musk? Need I go on? Okay. All right, here he comes again. Let's see. I think that's the same gentleman, right? Now, I think this is the translation. I may have this messed up because I didn't cut and paste it properly. Maybe this is a whole different comment. I don't know. So let's just read this comment here. You can tell it so beautifully. At this moment, you are already drunk like every moment of the day. Have you ever been sober for one day? So no. Fatima, well, let me stop right there. Have I ever been sober for one day? Fatima and her family are very undereducated, primitive, with all due respect. That's like saying I'm a redneck, right? You can talk bad about anybody in the world as long as you say, bless their heart. That damn neighbor of mine makes so much noise next door and she's so fat, bless her heart. As long as you throw that bless her heart or bless your heart or bless his heart, whatever, you can say anything you want to say. So he threw him with all due respect. You know, all right. They're undereducated. Yeah, they're village people. They live in the village. Historically, their family have just worked sugarcane fields. Educated? Very subjective. Are they educated on rocket science and advanced propulsion systems? No. What do you know about cultivating sugar? Probably nothing. Subjective. Primitive. Again, primitive is very subjective. Let's go find some tribes down in the Amazon and compare them to Fatima's family in the village who have electricity. They got a well. Some of them, well, they still cook with wood, most of them. Well, Grandma's got gas because I gave it to her. Got a gas stove. Got electric light bulbs, cell phones. But you go to an uncontacted tribe in the Amazon, you know, still butt naked riding zebras. Well, it's all subjective. But okay, since you're working at the hospital as a neurosurgeon, they're primitive and undereducated, with all due respect. Fatima is a simple and undereducated woman. Everybody can't be a scholar, my friend. Everybody's not a scholar. Okay? I guess in your world, at the hospital where you're a neurosurgeon or whatever you do, you know, you base your opinion on people based on their credentials, their education, where they went to school. Well, let me tell you something, my friend. I've been around people who have four years degrees and walked around with their goddamn shoes untied because they really didn't know how to properly tie their shoes. Man, that's another story. That story's going to be in my book. Let's see. A great mother, indeed. Respect for her. All right, so now we're trying to find some common ground here. I see you, as most of my friends see, as a puppet. I have to disagree. With all due respect, I think I'm the last motherfucker. I'm trying to clean up my act. I quit drinking and now I'm trying to clean up my language. Turning over a new leaf, new chapter. The next 50 years, the 50 years on the downhill slope. Trying to clean it up. Okay, as a puppet. Now, I think I'm the last person that's a puppet, man. You know why I don't have any sponsors? Because I refuse to be a puppet. You ever see that movie with George Strait? One of the best movies ever made. George Strait, the king of country music. Heartland. If you've never watched Heartland from the 90s with George Strait, oh my gosh, you don't know what you're missing. I watch that movie all the time. If you're like trying to fall asleep, you just hit play on that movie and just listen to it. I mean, it's just the most wonderful movie, right? But in that movie, part of the plot, without giving up everything, is the beginning of the movie. George Strait, his character's name's Dusty. Oh, Dusty feels like he's a dancing chicken. In other words, he's a puppet on stage, right? And him and his buddy Earl are talking about, they went to this carnival where they had these dancing chickens, right? And basically the chicken was dancing because the dude had a damn burner up under there and he was cutting the heat up and burning the chicken's feet. That's why the chicken would start dancing, because the stage got hot. I really love that movie, but that line in the movie pretty much defines me. And I'm not saying that philosophy has caused me to make always good decisions. Of course it hasn't. It's caused me to make a lot of bad decisions. Because I don't want to be nobody's puppet. I don't want to be that dancing chicken. I've been that dancing chicken for short amounts of time, but I knew that once I felt like that, I'm getting out. I'm getting up off that stage. So, a puppet. Maybe that's just Google Translate misinterpreting what you originally meant by that, but nah. An alcoholic. Nope. I might wear the title of partyholic, but like I said in a previous video, drinking for me is like 20% of what I actually do. What do I love to do? I love to chase women. I love to party. Partying consists of hanging out with your friends, drinking, going out, dancing, trying to pick up girls, picking up girls, going back, one night stand, getting up in the morning hungover, headed to the Waffle House. So if you break down all these elements, right, drinking is really 10% of what you could label me. Okay? So no, I reject that. I'm not an alcoholic. Go back and watch the previous video. I'll tell you how I feel about things, okay? A pathetic little man with no future. That's the best you can come up with. You are used by everyone every day. Well, that's subjective too. How am I used? Okay, I got ladies all around me. I got kids. They got to be fed. Who's gonna pay for that? This guy. Are they using me? Well, they're using me, I'm using them. It's a symbiotic relationship, okay? There's got to be a head of the household. There's got to be people who cook, people who clean, people who take care of the babies, people who go out and deal with the intruders, the burglars, the boogeymen. Somebody's got to go out, slay the dragons, you know, kill a zebra and bring home some bacon. So in any type of relationship or family, everybody is dependent upon everybody else. Everybody has a role. I'm used by everyone. Well, that's funny because I'm sitting here talking to this camera in the aircon, and my crack team of Filipinas are out there wrestling. Well, they already did. They wrestled a big ass box in there, and they're putting away the stock, and I don't got to touch it. All I'm going to do is go in there and open up the thing and say, oh, that shit looks nice, you know? Who uses who? Symbiotic. All right, this is coming from, wow, she looks beautiful. I don't know if that's you or a cartoon. It's so small, but it looks like a beautiful blonde there. Whatever the reason of why you're there again. Okay, talking about Thailand. Now, folks, listen, let me caveat this by saying, every comment that makes this show is not a negative comment. It's not a handsome donkey type situation. Some of the comments I put in here are constructive criticism, or it brings up a point that many people talk about and ask me about, and so I just go ahead and address it. And I think this is one of those. Whatever the reason of why you're there again, talking about Thailand, hope you're fair with Fatima and the kids. Let them go to nice places, not cheap places. Sorry, I know you used to live there, but not anymore. Better give a good reason aside from filming. Spending money and affection to someone is cheating. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, beautiful lady, for the comment. And it's on the video entitled A Day of Peace and Tranquility in Thailand. Well, let me say this. The one thing I learned from Johnny Depp, and I don't know where he got it from, I can't remember, but Johnny Depp said in the entertainment business, you never complain and you never explain. It's sound advice. Now, people, this is the entertainment business. It's the entertainment. You're providing entertainment for marketing, right? That's what TV does. TV ain't free. Why are they producing TV shows? For product promotions, advertising, commercials. YouTube is just another form of TV, right? So, shit, where was I going from that? Man, I have no idea what the hell I was talking about. I was looking out the window, I saw it. Shit, I'm like to think about what the hell, where was I going with that? I was caveating something by saying, ah, damn, I must be getting old. Talking about this, the entertainment game. Never complain and never explain. Now I'm back on track. Come on. Had a little senior moment right there. I love that philosophy, but I will explain stuff when it has entertainment value or many people want to know, and no huge secret about things, or I just feel like it. So I love it when people get so attached to the show and to us as people and as characters that you better give a good reason aside from filming. I love it because it shows that you're engaged. It's like when you're watching a football game and you find yourself yelling at the TV, right? Because you're just so locked in and engaged with what's going on. So thank you very much. With all that said, why do I keep going to Thailand? Now, I'm not going to explain everything. I'm not going into detail other than to say I was married to a Thai girl. We lived in the United States. We moved to Thailand. And Thailand is technically, it's been my home for a long time. Most of you have seen me on this channel since the lockdown. Well, guess what the word is? It was a lockdown. Okay, I couldn't leave the Philippines. I could have left, but I couldn't have come back. I was able to get out once and come back by the grace of God. Or else I would have been like many people. I couldn't have been around my children for 2-3 years because of this lockdown madness here, right? So with all that said, let's go back to, what do you think happens when you marry somebody, you move to their country, you've been married, folks, I still have responsibilities in Thailand. Let's just say that. I have responsibilities there. I'm not just going there every 3 months on vacation, leaving the wife and kids behind. Okay, I have responsibilities, residual responsibilities based on my previous marriage and some other things that I had going on over there. Am I going to go into every little detail about it? No, but if you're married to somebody, don't you think you might have let me just move on, okay? I'm not going there on vacation for every 3 or 4 months, all right? I'm going there to check on things. Okay. Am I going there for the girls? That makes absolutely no sense, okay? I'm going to tell you why. For, $60, I can get on a flight to Angeles City, and there's all the girls in the world I want up there that are much cheaper than the girls in Thailand if you're going to engage in that scene, if that's what you're looking for. So it makes no sense to go spend money on a plane ticket and keep going back and forth to Thailand for girls. That makes no economical sense when you could take that money, run to Cebu City. I mean, there's girls everywhere. If I want to find some women, all I got to do is go down here and hang out at night. I'll drum up some women. I'm good at that. If I want to go party with some bar girls, I go to Angeles City. You can go to Makati. I don't need to go all the way to Thailand to chase women. That you're not hers, but many people have argued that, and it's a point that's not valid. Okay, I have residual responsibilities over in Thailand that I go check on. Okay, that's it. I'm not over there on vacation. Does that make sense? Why don't we live in Thailand? There's other issues that you'll have to read about in the book whenever that shit comes out. Damn, here we go again. Whenever my book comes out, you can read about it. All right, you can read about all the details that I'm not going to talk about now. It's just not the right time. So, thank you for being concerned. And when you talk about Fatima and Forrest G have been to Thailand. Fatima's been to Thailand, 2-3 times? Forrest G's been twice when he was a baby. Why don't I take them now? Because the kids are in school. Okay, they're in school. I got to go over there and handle some stuff, and they're not going. They can't go, right? Let's see. All right, spending money and affection to someone is cheating. I guess you're probably talking about taking my friends out to eat over there. Okay, all valid points. All valid points. So not a handsome donkey comment at all. That's a comment right there of somebody who is engaged in the show, and I love it. Thank you very much. You're so full of yourself. You know dang well you went to get some strange. Emoji. Ooh. What? Ook. Emoji. Oh. Have no idea. And again, hit me again for going to Thailand. My goodness. How can any grown man get scammed? Last time a woman scammed me was when I was in 4th grade. She got my Cheez-Its. And it was the last time. I learned, and now I keep the upper hand. I have what they want, I get what I want, and I don't have to give them what they want. As long as they think they have a good chance to get what they want, I get what I want. All right. Again, not a handsome donkey comment. That's a valid comment talking about the $86,000 the dude almost lost trying to buy a condo. I just thought I would throw that out there. That there's all kind of opinions when I talk about don't buy property when you move to Southeast Asia, at least initially. Okay, your favorite word if you're just retiring and you're going to move over here as a bachelor is you rent. Rent, 4 letters, rent. Don't come over here on a 1-week trip, pick out a condo, go back, try to transfer the money so you got a home to go to when you come here. Because most of these guys who do this, they have like 100 or 200 grand in savings total. Then they drop 100 or 150 on a condo. And then maybe they decide they don't want to live in that city, or they want to go back to their home country, and now they're in a bad financial position because they can't sell that condo. It's just a huge anchor, and it took all their life savings. And then you got these scams going on and people buying property they don't even really know who owns. That's why I just keep harping on it. You know, if you're an investor, I guess this is a perfect chance to clear this up. If you're an investor, and my buddy OC Swede brought this up, I can't remember what he said, 10, 20%. I can't remember what it was, but 20%. Say you have $1 million in the bank and you're going to retire. And you want to invest this or buy a house or build a house in a place like Southeast Asia, you take 20% of your overall nest egg, and that's what you play with. No more than 20%, right? So if you decide to go home, you want to move cities, or there's a problem, or you marry a local bar girl and then you get a divorce and she's taking all your shit because it's in her name, you've only lost that 20%. Okay, well, if you have $100,000 in the bank, that's what you have. Okay, 20 grand, that's it. Don't spend more than 20 grand on building a house, buying a little piece of dirt, because you can walk away from a 20% loss and not be detrimental to your lifestyle. I think that's the words he used, or somebody else chimed in. But if you spend more than 20% of what you have, then all of a sudden it's cutting into your lifestyle. And all these dudes come over here thinking, oh, I gotta buy a house right away. It's just the wrong mindset. You need to make sure, A, you like the country that you're moving to. B, you like the area, you like the city. And a lot of times you find you're not going to. Anyhow, we could talk about that shit all day long. But anyhow, thanks for that comment, man. Okay, what the is wrong with you? Hearts for everyone. Off. What a G. There's another spelling bee. Or maybe he's just... I have no idea, man. Bro, you know why I hit the hearts? Okay, I don't respond to comments. I talked about this in the I Quit Drinking video. I don't respond to comments. I mean, I love your comments. I read most. I can't say all, but I read most of the comments. But to try to reply to even a small percentage of comments, I don't have enough hours in the day, so I don't respond to comments. If I read your comments and there's a heart there, that means I read it. I don't pay anybody to respond to the comments like a lot of these bigger channels do. They have people or moderators or what have you. If you get a heart, this guy read it and I clicked the heart. That's it. That's what works for me. So if you don't like the heart, write another comment and maybe I'll remember you and I won't give you the heart. But I probably will. Because it just lets me know what's going on and that I've already read your comment. Okay. Alright, Overstay Road. Are you stupid saying someone in USA will not lose his money? How stupid are you just saying this at all? Go talk to almost any man that have been divorced and ask him if he lost any money. I bet he will say he lost everything he had, even his dog. I agree with that. Courts in the USA do not favor men at all in the divorce. Courts at all, is it getting better? Yes, but it will take 50 years plus to be equal to women in the divorce courts, where I may be equal them, but I would not be so sure on that myself. So again, how stupid are you just to say something like that right at the start of this video? I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Again, the demographic of people that I'm talking to and trying to talk some sense into are the guys who, work 25, 30 years on their job. They got 100 grand, maybe 150 grand in the bank. They've never lived outside the U.S. other than just coming over here on a 1-week vacation. And they're really naive to what they're getting themselves into. This is my demographic of people that I'm telling them, do yourself a favor, go rent. You rent, look around, see if you can deal with the culture, the lifestyle, see if you like the city, see if you want to go home. Just slow down. Well, property prices are going up. They're going up all over the place. But what would you rather do? Have to pay 4 or 5% more because the property went up, or lose all your money, or B, buy a damn property in a town that you've never lived in. It don't make no sense, right? Those are the guys I'm trying to help put down an anchor that they will never get their money out of. Okay, or in a reasonable amount of time they won't get their money back. Now, so I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. If you're an investor, you're a builder, you're in real estate, whatever, I'm not talking to you. Okay, maybe I am, just to invoke thought, to say, look, you know the rules in America, but when you come over here, you don't know the rules. You don't know the rules of the game. Okay? It takes a while to understand the rules of Southeast Asia, the same as it does to understand the rules of Central America. The rules of business are very different from the West. Okay. Talking about beating a woman in court, I've heard that my whole life. My dad said, my dad said you can't beat a woman in court. He's not the one who made that up. He found that shit out personally, just like I found out personally. 99.9% of the time, you ain't gonna beat a woman in court on anything, especially in the South, where we still open doors for women. You think an old country judge gonna go against a mother sitting there, or I agree, man. You can't beat a woman in court most of the time. And in 50 years, I still don't think you're going to beat a woman in court. Yes, if you get a divorce in America, you're going to lose all your everything. Read my book. It's called The King's Chronicles, How to Escape the Wrath of American Women and Live Like a King. And you'll understand my mindset. I'm with you. But I'm going to maintain that most guys retiring do not need to buy a condo, buy a house, buy a hotel, or a bar. Let me touch on that for a minute, okay? I've done videos in the past talking about you want to lose your money quick. What you want? You want to buy a pig farm, a hotel, or a bar? Which one you want to do? I've seen dudes come and go, so many places come and go. Dudes come over to this region, pour all their money into a bar, then they realize they're making nothing. Then they can't even pay their damn bills and they're out of here, right? You get this nice refurbished bar sitting there closed down. You know what I mean? The landlord sells the air conditioners or whatever he does, right? again, because most people retiring haven't been running any type of business in 30 years. They work for the government, or they just retired from the military, or they worked in a factory for 30 years. All those are noble professions, but you know what it doesn't prepare you to do? To run a business. Maybe in America because you understand the rules, but you're not a business owner. So you're going to go from working in some type of job, structured job, where you get a paycheck every Friday. Say you work for the government or the military. Your check is not dependent upon the economy or hustling or efficiency, right? Let's all be straight here. As long as you stay in your lane and stay in your box, you're going to get a check. You work at a factory for 30 years, okay, yeah, it's a private sector. There's potential for layoffs, but you're probably not in charge of running that business. It's totally different. So why do dudes think they can go to places, drop in there, never owned or operated any business, and think they're going to make a profit with a bar or a restaurant, a strip club, go-go bar, or a pig farm? We got dudes over here who invest in pig farms. They ain't never seen a pig before. They don't know anything about pigs. But if you were a pig farmer in America, and then you're going to come over here and try your hand at pigs, well, that makes sense because that's your background, your expertise. You have experience in doing so. Look, I don't want to rain on anybody's dreams because, I worked in some form of working for the government, around the government, my whole life until I moved to Thailand, and I disengaged from that. I didn't know anything about what I'm doing right now. It was a hard road to hoe. It still is, because I don't know shit about what I'm doing. So I'm not casting stones. You want to talk to somebody and ask them about how hard it is to run a hotel and a bar, in a restaurant, go talk to my buddy Eric, right? When he told me he was going to do this stuff, I tried to talk him out of it. But he's different because everybody involved with that were business owners and entrepreneurs before they started this project. Okay, that's why they're being successful, because this is just another entrepreneurial project that's what they do. Okay, so if you're thinking about doing something, don't talk to me. Go talk to my buddy Eric in Angeles City. Sit down, buy a man a beer somewhere or whatever, and talk to the expert. But I'm going to tell you, for every success story like they've got going on, there's 100 people lost their money. Trying to invest in a pig farm in their wife's village. All right, enough of that. My gosh, move forward. All right, okay, so Dutch. I guess this is the same dudes from Dutch. And again, I don't blame him for the grammar, and I don't have to, because it's actually a nice comment. I have often insulted you, often put you down. You don't deserve that, dude. And for that, I would like to apologize deeply and sincerely. This video is great because your story is completely true. Best of luck to you. You're a good person. Thank you very much. Somehow or another, we found some common ground by just watching another video. Thank you for being a viewer, subscriber, and a friend here on my channel, man. Okay, let's see. Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. Your house is ugly. Oh, the place you rented. Yabang mo womanizer. My girlfriend has always said, Yabang nasi Marcos. Uy. Yabug. I think, anyhow. Continuing on. You're a dog. Who do you think you are? Ain't you too old for that? Your wife needs to wake up. Talking about an old video. Thank you very much. My house is ugly. I think the house that we're living in right now is the most beautiful house I've ever lived in. This thing is lime green with like pink doors. I got forest green in the back. I think this is like the most beautiful, like fairy tale storybook house I could ever bring up kids in. You know what I mean? It's pastel colors. They love it. It's like living in a big playhouse for them, right? You know what I love about it? Those two shades of green are basically green screens. Not to get too technical into making movies and stuff, but I can sit anywhere around my house and I can take that background out and make you think I'm in front of the White House. It's magic. It's movie magic. So I don't know if you're talking about this house here or the video. We were staying at a hotel. We weren't in a house. My gosh, we're in a hotel room. If you're talking about my house now, I have to disagree with you, girl. It's the most beautiful place I've ever lived in. You're a dog. Well, if you put an extra G on there, yeah, I'm a dog. I am a dog. Always been a dog. Chasing women like a dog. Guilty. Wife needs to wake up. I agree with you. She does need to wake up, because as soon as they put that package away, I guarantee you she's in there sleeping. The kids are watching cartoons and playing. She's sleeping. Calamansi's probably on Forest G Patrol. I agree with you. She needs to wake up. Matter of fact, I'm going to go in there in a few minutes and say, hey, Gina says you got to wake up. I just like how you treat your wife. You're disrespectful. You do not belong in our country, cheater. Go back to where you come from. You have so many women. How sad. Feel sorry for your new wife, hoping one day she leaves you. Well, Gina, guilty. I got 2 children from 2 different ladies. Well, these 2 ladies are on the video. They're my baby mamas. I love them very much. What would you rather me do? Well, go back to your home country. That's what I should do. I should run away. That's your answer? Really, think about that for a minute. I'm disrespectful. Go back to where you come from. Feel sorry for your new wife. Well, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, okay? Because I ain't never leaving my kids there, Gina. It's never going to happen. And I could get into a war, a cultural war with you. Maybe I'll go there. Maybe I will go there. You know what? My kids are half Filipino. So I have a vested interest in this country, especially with the upcoming war with China. So many young males in this country make babies and run away. We all know this. So it's sort of extra, like, come on, girl. Are you kidding me? You want me to go back to my country and leave my kids? Is that what you're saying? Let's move on. Thank you for your comment. Okay. It's funny how people want to tell you how many kids you can have, how many ladies you can have. They just assume that you subscribe to their religion, their way of life. And if you don't conform to their exact way of life. All right, here's another one. Oh, Gerard. Hey, Gerard, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for the comment. He was behind the offensive, potentially inappropriate. You and white colonialist imperialists need to stop coming to the Philippines and looking for blah, blah. Even if you spend your money in the West, majority of the women are feminists, so you go to Asia. If you get scammed, good for you, mother. This son is angry, man. What you so angry for, Gerard? My gosh. Yeah, well, I agree. Colonialism, imperialism, that's history. That's history. So, hey, we can all sit here, how far back in history you want to go, right? But history comes full circle. I think you better be directing your anger towards the Chinese, man. That's all I'm going to say about that, brother. Unless you want to start learning Chinese. Oh, how the hell did that get in there? A man was killed at a Detroit party over the way he was dancing with a woman. I don't know why that got in there. So, I don't know, maybe it's because, well, I remember now. It's so funny, right? In this business, the entertainment game, whatever, business game, the entertainment game, how people just want to tell you about every little thing that you're doing wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining this part and the aspect of it, right? You can post a video about a kitten. You can have the kitten sitting there eating the most expensive kitten food or a piece of chicken or whatever, right? And people are gonna come at you in the comments and tell you, "Oh my gosh, you're abusing the kitten. The kitten looks like it, needs his fur to be combed. Oh my gosh, the kitten's cold. You didn't warm up the food. Oh, the chunks are too big. The kitten could choke. You son of a, I'm gonna report you." I don't know, for me it's funny how people get triggered like that, right? Because I don't do that. I grew up in a generation where if you don't like the program, you change the channel. And I've said this before, initially we had 3 channels. And like 2 of them were fuzzy. But you would sit there, watch the one channel, you don't like it, try to go to the others, adjust the antenna, whatever, you couldn't get it to tune in. You don't like it, turn the shit off, go outside and play. There's no comment section. What you gonna do? Write a letter to the editor? Nobody gives a shit. Just turn the TV off, go outside and play. End of story. Some dude was dancing with a woman, and somebody didn't like the way he was dancing, and he's dead. He's no longer with us. Maybe he was doing some dirty dancing. I guess I could see it if you walk in and some dude's grinding all over your sister. Maybe that's what happened. Okay. This one's funny. Your story's not funny. And I told a story about a guy we changed the name to El Gato Flaco, the skinny cat, who went to a Chinese massage parlor and had a dispute with a Chinese girl over some services. Watch that video, you understand. It's a long story. Your story's not funny. This guy cannot be just some fictitious human being. It's a true story. I don't know where you're going with that, but it's a true story. All right? You have to throw in that he is a Mexican. He's Mexican American. Okay, I don't know exactly where he was born, but his family is Mexican. His family is from Mexico. All right? This wasn't made up. I didn't change the nationality to protect the guilty. All right? The dude's family, and as old as he is, I would say he was born in Mexico, but to be honest, I don't know that, but I know that his family's from Mexico. He identifies as a Mexican or a Mexican American, and that's up to him. Okay? I didn't make that shit up, but let's go forward. You have to throw in, let's see, you're too scared to say that I want some black man and you don't want to disrespect your white people. If the brother was black, I would have said he was black. If he was a redneck, I would have said, hey, this is a story about a redneck. This is a story about an old Mexican American gentleman. But if you ask him and say, hey man, where are you from, whatever, he would say, I'm Mexican. He wouldn't add in the Mexican American, the older generation. What are they go? I'm Mexican. My family's Mexican. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Why? Because I'm stating facts. You are a lowlife the way you say my wife one and my wife two. You are nothing but a trick. But you want people to respect. You want people to respect your children because they are yours. You are no good and it won't come back to you. And I hope you don't like my spelling. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You can't make this shit up. Okay. I'm going to tell a secret, right? And I think the gentleman's so old now, if he's still among the living, either A, he don't give a shit. B, there's not many people that are going to be able to figure it out. Okay, but here's the truth about El Gato Flaco. Okay, how did I come up with the nickname El Gato Flaco? To protect the guilty. The dude's real name is Felix. Okay? His nickname is Felix the Cat. But I was trying to protect his identity due to the sensitive nature of the program. So I didn't want to say Felix the Cat walked into a Chinese massage parlor in case some of you super sleuths out there who can hack the Pentagon. No shit, and keywords just got me flagged. Anyhow, some of you out there super sleuths are typing in, all your search engines, Felix the Cat, and going through all this, China. I changed the name to protect Felix the Cat. So I changed it to El Gato Flaco, which means the skinny cat, because he's a skinny dude. There, now you know the secret. My gosh, and what am I guilty of? Faking the funk? El Gato Flaco's true identity is Felix the Cat. I changed his identity to protect the guilty due to the sensitive nature. I guess I already said that. Anyhow. Oh, this ain't got nothing to do with donkeys, but so YouTube now has got this thing on here about altered content. Do any of the following describe your content? Makes a real person appear to say or do something they didn't say or do. Alters footage of a real event or place, or generates a realistic looking scene that didn't actually occur. To follow YouTube's policy, you're required to tell us if your content is altered or synthetic and seems real. This includes realistic sounds or visuals made with AI or other tools. Selecting yes adds a label to your content. That's kind of funny because, and what they're talking about is AI, right? With AI now, somebody can make a video that looks like I'm sitting here talking and it's not really me. But it's just funny because if you use a green screen, well, that's altered content, right? Like I said, my whole house is a green screen. I can go shoot up against any wall outside and make you think I'm in the Oval Office. So I guess you'd have to check yes. I don't know. I don't know what the intent of that is. Moving forward. Let's see. No, I will not rent like your shitholes. Okay, so this is a dissenting opinion about me giving recent retirees, bachelors advice to rent, at least for the first year, if you move outside your home country. Been there 15 years, so you lost on an average of $5,000 to $6,000 a year. So that's about 90 grand. You have lost. Me and my wife got a lawyer. We bought a house. Yes, she owns the land. I own the house. I'm assuming you're here in the Philippines. If you're not married, Filipina owns everything, house and land. You vloggers think you know all the shit when you know nothing. I don't know what a, let me just stop right there, man. I don't know what a vlogger is. What the hell is a vlogger? Anytime somebody calls me a vlogger or a YouTuber, it's sort of like, I'm gonna tell you a secret. If you want to subliminally hit me, Call me a vlogger or a YouTuber. What the fuck does that, what does that mean? I'm an independent filmmaker who just happens to post videos on this platform. Oh, let me tell you a secret. I also post these videos on a platform called Rumble. Does that make me a rumbler? That sounds better than YouTuber. It's just another vlogger. No, man, he's a rumbler. Just a YouTuber. Just another YouTuber. Why don't you get a real job, you sorry mother? You know that what's the one guy on YouTube? Mr. Somebody, not Mr. Beast, or Dude, it's Dude something. I don't watch this shit. Dude, anyhow, some dude named Dude something just got $100 million investment in something to do with his show or new venture or whatever the hell he's doing. You want to call him a YouTuber? 100 million invested. Folks, y'all don't realize that by me sitting here talking to this camera by myself, the reason corporate and Hollywood doesn't like this shit is because they lost control. They lost control. Now think about this. I ran into a film crew on my flight from Clark to Cebu. Great group of guys. I immediately, when they walked in there, everybody's carrying Pelican cases, right? You could tell they weren't American, and it turns out they're from Brazil. And everybody's toting a Pelican case. You know they're a film crew, because they are a film crew. And while we're waiting on some bags, I actually talked to the gentleman, nicest guys in the world, and they're producing a show called, it's in English, it's Our Partners Around the World, del Mundo. So I think it's, what is it, Socios del Mundo? You know, I'll put it on the screen. Anyhow, it's a big TV show in Brazil, right? And I just happened to be on the same flight as a part of the crew. Not the whole crew, because I was talking to a guy, and I asked him, you know, well, who's the talent? And he said, oh, they're on the next flight, so there were even more of them. I can't remember how many he said, but it's a whole crew of people, right? Everybody from cameramen to, you know, sound guys, to the talent, to producers, to fixers, to all this. They're rolling with this crew, which is my dream. You know, my dream is to do what Anthony Bourdain did. Wow, just go around and be the talent and let all these other experts professionally produce your show. My gosh, that's the dream. But anyhow, I talked to these guys. We're talking about cameras and stuff, and I had this rig right here hanging around my neck, and the reason being is because anytime you travel with camera gear, oh my gosh, you're always overweight. How can you not be, right? And Cebu Pacific. Philippine Airlines a little bit better, but Cebu Pacific, you know, whatever it is, it's 7 kilos there on you, right? And here's the problem. You can't check batteries, right? And batteries weigh a lot, and you carry a lot of batteries. You don't want to check your camera. Why? Because it's expensive, right? And if somebody rips that off or it gets broken, you got problems. So you want your camera and obviously all your batteries and your laptops, they have to come with you because they got batteries. Well, guess what? Hell, a laptop and an iPad and just a couple of things in a bag, that's almost overweight already. So anyhow, you know, I got this thing hanging around my neck. Why? Because I had to fake the funk. It's too heavy in the bag. So now I got to hang it around my neck, and all of a sudden it's okay. It's the same weight. Anyhow, so we're discussing. They got all these Pelican cases, and I said, man, I said, did they, you know, obviously I know the answer, but I said, did they give you problems when you checked in? He's like, oh my, everywhere we go, right? It's just, if you're doing any type of filming where you're using any type of camera equipment other than your phone, it's just a nightmare traveling because the airlines don't get it. They just don't freaking get it. Oh, sir, it's above the 7 kilos in your check bag. Okay, well, I got 20 kilos, but I can't put batteries down there. I can't put laptops down there. airlines. Man, y'all got to do something different, because us people in the cinematography, videography business, photography, y'all are a pain in the ass to us, and it doesn't change the weight. It just changes whether or not it's going in the belly or going above my head. My gosh. Anyhow, they got this whole big crew to produce this show, but Hollywood corporate type places, right? People, they don't like that a dude can set up a camera and run a show and they have no control, right? Anyhow, vlogger. I'm a vlogger. Okay, dude. Whatever. Thank you for the subliminal punch of disrespect. Think you know all the shit when you know nothing. I always lawyer up. Good for you. If you'd have watched the goddamn video, that was like 20 minutes of what I talked about, hiring lawyers, but you didn't watch the video. Just threw down your hatred. We lawyer up before we bought. Congratulations, you took my advice. Cash, 18 grand. I bought a 3-bedroom, 40,000 renovation, 68,000. We are still married and no rent, and my American bank account is still fat. Good for you, man. Good for you. A success story. You're still married. Wonderful. First, yes, you can buy a house. You don't own the land, but still own the house. If the Filipino leaves, if married, has to pay you half or 3/4. I already got a lawyer on it. The saying where I come from called, you can't get blood from a turnip. It's changed nowadays. It sides with foreigners more if married. If not married, you're screwed. But always lawyer up or you will be screwed out your ass. Well, we agree on that. We agree on that, my friend. So at least we have a success story for all the dudes who have lost their asses over here in this region. So thank you very much for the comment. But back to, she has to pay you half. All right. Can't get blood from a turnip. I almost say. Let's see, hilarious that you try and say you're going to Pattaya for reasons other than women. I have respect for you because you're a good father and provider. Thank you very much, brother. And you make awesome videos. Hey, thank you again. But why you're trying to bullshit your wife and viewers? We aren't that naive, man. Hey, buddy, already covered it, right? Already covered it. I'm not just going to Pattaya because I like to go to vacation in Pattaya every 3 to 4 months. Okay, I love Pattaya. Pattaya's my home. I'm not going there on vacation. Oh, by the way, I'm running a travel show. Anyhow. All right. Here you go. You hypocrites, shut up. All American, Canadian, British, and European vloggers who are pretending to be doing something good for the Philippines, instrumentalizing the poor sectors of the Philippine society, are all hypocrites and fame suckers before you clean the trash in the Philippines, and all caps. Dude got triggered. Old Tim. All caps triggered. Bro, I'm not representing anybody. I've said this many times. I'm not representing anybody but myself. I'm not representing the Philippines, the United States State Department. I'm representing this guy here. My life on what I consider, what I call the old overstay road. That's who I'm representing here. I can represent myself and submit my opinions. I'm not sure why my opinion triggered you. Why didn't you just change the channel? Bloggers pretending to do something good. I don't work for the Philippine government. All right? This is not where I'm going to retire, or so to speak, and live and die. I don't plan on dying in this country. I'm here on a temporary basis. I'm not representing anybody. This is where the wind blew me. I've got children here now, and that's where I'm at right now. Why does everybody think that because you have an opinion about the place you're at, that all of a sudden you're representing them? Just one man's opinion, man. My goodness. Get your blood pressure up for no reason. Damn, here's oh, okay. This is the other. Let's see. Before you clean trash in the Philippines, why don't you clean up your own in your own backyards? Skyrocketing homeless people, drug addicts, prostitutes, escalating daily mass shootings, gun violence, the zombie streets of Philadelphia, Texas, Phoenix, California, and other zombie streets in America, Vancouver, Canada, London, France, Germany, and other European countries. Y'all Western vloggers are hypocrites. What are you talking about? I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I'm not here doing charity work, dude. I did my piece. Those days are behind me. I have no idea what you're talking about or why you're triggered, man. Moving right along. But I will agree with you. I will agree with you. There's so many problems in anybody's home country that it's just comical that charities go to other countries and do operations. It's self-serving. It's self-serving for their agenda or political agendas. I don't want to start talking about charities. That's shit. You sound pathetic, and so is your life. Thank you very much, Henry. Stop your drinking. Don't you think that is the cause of autism? You never learned, Marcus, time to give up the teenage life. You've had too much free time on your hand the last 15 years. Man up and stay home with your family. That's where I'm at right now. Stop your drinking. I stopped drinking, but not because of your opinion, but thank you. And no, that's not why my son has autism. Gosh, another YouTuber going to Patty mainly for the temples. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My gosh. Mainly for the temples. You know, how many times I gotta explain it? Let's just move forward. I spend more time at the temples and places like that just to escape the rat race, so to speak, to get away from people. I go there a lot of times. These places, I'm the only dude there other than the monks. The monks don't bother you. You know, there'll be a few dogs hanging out. You know, you go to some temple off the beaten path. You know, I like going to places like that just for the solitude, for the serenity, for the peace in it, for the beauty of the architecture, things like that. But all these comments are coming from people who don't live there or haven't lived there. Or if they do live there, their vision is so limited or they're on such a tight budget, all they can do is go sit on a bar stool somewhere, drink a couple Big Chang and then go home. So they don't have the ability to leave that little area where they're at. Or you got the bar stool guys who come, you know, the what do they call them? The week-long millionaires, right? The one-week millionaires who come over and think they know everything about Pattaya. They go to Angeles City for 1 week. They know everything about Angeles City. Okay, you can believe that if you want to. I love that. People just don't understand. Pattaya is my home. They don't get it. More and more like Curly of the Three Stooges each year he gets older. Just look at it, at the eyes and the hair and the shape of his head and the quality of his conversations with some emojis. Thank you very much, Ron. I do admit I've gotten fat. You know, drinking too much beer, too much laziness. Let's see, what'd you hit me on? My eyes. Yeah, 51 years old. You don't think you know, shit starts to break down, get a few wrinkles, what have you, lose a little bit of hair. Look at that hair, motherfucker. Yeah, I got a little bit of recession, a little bit, not too much. No donut, no Krusty the Clown going on. I'm doing pretty good, man. But thank you for pixel peeping my body, man. I feel flattered here. Dumbass drinks out of a plastic cup. No wonder why his beer get warm. Spells no. K-N-O-W. Capitalism, you douchebag. Thank you. Dude, you meant weak, not weak. Typical abusive, low IQ, hillbilly. Such an embarrassment to America. I think you win, what do they call that, irony? Dude, you meant weak, not weak. Let's address that. How the fuck do you... Damn. Oh. Dude. Double whammy on the cursing. How do you know I didn't mean weak? What was the video about? If you'd have watched the video, you would realize, or the video surrounding it, that I did intentionally mean the word weak. Intentionally. I spell weak properly. It was a play on words. You missed the philosophy. Let's see, who is this genius? Group, whatever. Mr. Group. It went way over your head. You missed the subliminal philosophy in the message. Then you come back in there, typical abusive, low IQ hillbilly. Like hell in the ground and my big belly. Can't make this shit up, folks. I think the guy did that on purpose as being funny. And dude, that is funny as hell. But maybe you didn't. It's supposed to be hillbilly. H-I-L-L-B-I-L-L-Y. Not hillbilly. I think you're pulling my chain, man. Such an embarrassment to America. Did I mention I'm not representing America, dog? I'm representing this guy right here. Okay? Thank you very much, Mr. Hillbilly. You hillbilly. Yeah, you know what? This is like a hillbilly. Big ass belly I got going on. Good. Okay, this on the video. I'm sorry, sir. My VIP lounge access got revoked. Good, you're a piece of shit father. Thank you very much there, Truth. I don't get it. I'm a piece of shit father. So you're happy that they cancel my beloved VIP or my priority pass. That's downright mean, man. Who does this? It's like that dude shooting holes in that guy's suits on that Mel Gibson movie. Soon they'll deport you and become homeless in the States. Thank you very much, yo-yo. Deport me for what? Having an opinion? That's on the video where me and the old lady got into it because a heinous crime. I will admit, it was a heinous crime on my part that I didn't think I should have to pay her sister's hospital bill where she had a baby with Tonyo, the local guy. Is that a capital offense that the foreign guy didn't want to pay for somebody else's responsibility? I'm not going to call it a mistake because children are wonderful. Upal's a wonderful child. Love him to death. He calls me daddy half the time. I love him. Don't change the fact that I have the right to say it's not my responsibility. Your sister rode a hot dog, got pregnant, had a baby. Nobody asked me for help. Nobody came to me months ago and said, hey, can you help us with the hospital bill? We're struggling. Nothing like that. It came down to it. They popped out a kid. And then when it's time for the bill, because in the Philippines and certain places outside the West, you don't leave the hospital till you settle the bill. As a foreigner, a lot of places now will hold your passport till you pay the bill. They'll let you leave. Locals, there's a security guard at the door, and he's not to keep people out. He's to make sure you paid your bill before you leave. So they couldn't leave the hospital. So I had an opinion. Why the hell should I have to pay? It's not my responsibility. I stood my ground for a little bit. Make a point. Now eventually, what'd I do? Everybody wants to know, did you pay? In the end, you're going to pay one way or the other. Gave the old lady a little extra money to go to the market. I knew exactly where she was going, straight to Palawan. And then she came back with less groceries and vegetables and meat that I gave her to buy. That's how it works. Everybody, problem was solved. You know, she saved face. I saved a little face. Everybody, the point is, you know, it worked out. Yeah. Did we pay the bill? Of course we paid the damn bill. They're stuck in the hospital. Nobody's got no money. You can't get blood from a turnip. Am I going to be happy about it? No. Because they should have went about it, in my mind, came to me months before and said, hey, please help us. All they had to do is say, can you help us? They don't have to say please. All they had to do is call me up and say, can you help us? Can you help with the bill? You know, we got no money. This dude's got no money. He's around. He's a good kid. But I would have said, hey, no problem. Nobody came to me up front. They came to me when that bill came down and said, we can't pay the bill. Okay, let's call Fatima because she's got a foreign guy. Get the money from him. I don't like that. Would you like that? No. Soon they'll deport you and become homeless. Why? Because I don't want to pay Flo's hospital bill for riding a hot dog. All right. Threzen, one of my frequent commenters, thank you very much for staying around and commenting. Why are you crying about being denied VIP access when your wife and kids are stuck in the village with nothing and no running water, and she's the one taking care of your kids and making do while you go off vacationing again and wasting money that you could spend on your kids and family that you will most likely abandon? Are we still on this? Are we still on the word abandon? Can we please move forward? Quit whining. You are the type to never be happy no matter what. Stereotypical. Stereotypical what? That's like saying, what was he convicted of? He was charged with conspiracy. Conspiracy to what? Conspiracy to rob a bank, to traffic narcotics? You're stereotypical. Of what? I think you left out the chauvinistic, narcissistic, toxic male. Anyhow, and you will grow alone and no one will even care if and when you pass. Do better, Mark. All right, thank you very much for the comment. All right, let me break it down. I was crying about being denied VIP access. It's very important to me. It was, keyword on was, a perk of this one beloved credit card that was the greatest thing since sliced bread to the world traveler. And they just chopped half of that greatness off of the American Express Aspire card. And I'm not happy about that. My God, you had unlimited priority lounge visits, diamond status. Knock on wood, I still got my diamond status. They could have went up on the price, $50 to offset some of the costs. I wouldn't have complained. They could have went up $75. They could have went up $100. I wouldn't have complained. Well, guess what? They still went up $100 and axed the benefit. So I'm paying more money, less benefits if I want to keep my diamond status, which is important to me. All right, it is important. I like walking in there, throwing that thing down, like, oh shit, this guy's a diamond player. Never seen that before. Kids are stuck in the village. No, that's not accurate. They're not stuck in the village. We have a beautiful little brand new house here. air conditioner, running water, refrigerator, cooking table. They got everything they want here. They love this little place. I love it. Even got a palm tree. So they're not stuck in the village. Here's the thing about it. Going to the village for this whole crew is a treat. They all want to go to the village. The kids love the village. When we go into the village, let's spend the night in the village. The kids taking them to the village might not be on par with Disneyland, but it's a close second or third. They want to go to the village. Fatima wants to go to the village. That's where she spent 19 years of her life until she ran into me. They want to go there. My gosh, who doesn't want to go to grandma's house? You know, grandma's here most of the time, but folks, going to the village, it's an event, it's an adventure, it's a treat, going camping. You know, now it's sort of like glamping, but not really. Almost to the glamping. Wasting money you could spend on your kids. Okay, I've already covered. I'm not vacationing when I go to patio. Let's see. I will most likely abandon. You know, I've heard that word throughout the years, and it makes no sense that I keep continuing to hear this word, because my children, about 95% of my life, 96%, 97%, 100% of the time, except when I have to go over and handle some business, they're within a stone's throw of where I'm at 24 hours a day, except when they go to school. My kids are always here with me. They always have been. You know, Maria spent some time with her mother initially, a 50-50 split, and then a little bit of dispute going on. Now she's with me. And people still, with their deductive reasoning skills, think I'm going to abandon these kids. I don't understand your deductive reasoning skills, your way of thinking. Quit whining. You're the type to never be happy no matter what. I'll grow alone. Nobody will care. Well, I don't know. I don't see it that way. You splurge on frequent trips to Thailand, but won't pay for a trike in a town for your family. Okay, we already covered the Thailand shit. Beating a dead horse. Won't pay for a trike into town. Mr. Cosmo, my friend, did you watch the video? We go for these walks almost every night. It's our nightly walk. It's something we look forward to. It's exercise. It's everybody getting out, seeing the sights, getting some fresh air, getting out of the house for a little bit while it's cool. The nights are beautiful. The wind is blowing. It's like air conditioning, free air conditioning. It's wonderful. You didn't pay for a trike into town for your family. Bro, it's our nightly walk. You can't make this shit up, folks. You got cirrhosis, says the golfer, Mr. Golfer. No, I don't. You've been developing yellower skin as your alcoholism and general decrepitness progress. Should be progresses. Okay. I think my skin is brown. Take a look. You know, I didn't set the white balance, so the camera will probably be a little bit off. It's changing with the changing lighting conditions. I don't feel like I'm jaundiced. I feel like I just need some sun. I need some more sun. I haven't been out in the sun as much as I normally have been, or as I normally am. No, I don't have cirrhosis. I'm not an alcoholic. How many times I gotta say it? Do I like to party hard and do stupid shit? Oh yeah. But that come to an end. No, I'm not an alcoholic, dog. General decrepitness progresses. What about me would make you think I'm decrepit? Decrepitness means like you can't move, you can't get up off the couch, your bones are creaking. Dude, what do I need to do? Go run 5 kilometers and live stream to prove to you that I'm not decrepit? Or is it decrepit? It's decrepit. Shit, I don't know. I'll have to spell check that. Ain't nothing wrong with me, man. Soldier of Fortune. What a scam photo. I love it. It's so funny how rumors develop, stories develop on their own. You know, it's a game of telephone, right? Remember when you played telephone in kindergarten? You know, teacher tells you the real story and you tell it to the next person, and by the time it comes back around the room to the teacher, it has nothing to do with the original story. So, you know, throughout the years, all of these rumors develop, and then all of a sudden it like becomes fact. Perception is reality. But what has happened is people have told the fucking story so many times over and over again, and that person has told the story that now people take certain things for fact. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Johnny Depp never complained, never explained. You don't want to shut down every rumor. That's not true. It's the entertainment game. Sometimes you let shit run and you just laugh about it internally or with your friends and let it go. So, scam photo. I've seen, you know, whatever. That's so funny. And you know what? Maybe I will share something with you. I was just going to let it go, but I will share something with you. Okay, in 2013, I did make the cover of Soldier of Fortune magazine. It's like a childhood dream. It just came true. I used to read that magazine as a kid. I mean, what was crazy and nostalgic about it was I read and I had kept some articles that were about Afghanistan in the 80s. Okay, I still have those somewhere. I have to recall exactly where they're at, but I went through my stuff. I found these old Soldier of Fortune magazines about Afghanistan, and then here I am making the cover of Soldier of Fortune decades later because of Afghanistan. It's just crazy to think about the whole story. And so yeah, it was something that came out of left field. Yes, I did make the cover of that magazine. What was it, January 2013? And I still got a few of the copies floating around. I gave them all away, but I think I got 1 or 2 left. But what was the funniest / coolest / I guess the coolest thing, I guess would be the word. When that magazine came out, I'd already moved to Thailand. When that magazine came out, me and my Thai wife went to the bookstore and it was on the shelf. And I'll share the pictures with you. And it was like surreal. And you know, how can you not be excited about that shit, right? And so I bought I bought the magazine, myself on the cover, and you had to be there. But it was, you know, there's Thai girl, obviously Thai girl working the cash register. I slide those magazines. I don't know, it was like 5 or 6. I bought all of them. I slide those magazines right in front of her. You know, she's just scanning, whatever, and all of a sudden she's like, I mean, you had to be there. It was so freaking hilarious because I didn't say nothing, you know. She just looked at it on her own and put 2 and 2 together when she stopped looking at the barcode, and it was funny as hell. That was like one of the most awesome moments with that young Thai cashier recognizing me on that magazine. And then we went around and bought up a bunch of the magazines because they don't give you any free magazines or anything like that, right? It's not like they sent me, the colonel didn't send me 10 cases of magazines. Hey man, here. No, I bought my own, right? But that was the coolest thing. It was one of the coolest things ever happened to me in life because it was a childhood treasure. When somebody got their hands on an issue of Soldier of Fortune in the 80s, everybody was around it. You know? Anyhow, what a scam photo. Oh, think what you want, Mr. Golfer. But thank you for the comment. Sober or drunk, you're still a narcissist and a moron. Who you gonna exploit next? I'm a narcissist and a moron. Let's see. Sober or drunk? You're supposed to be YOU''RE. You're an alcoholic, but you're in denial. That's what alcoholics do, and you're right. You're an asshole. You are an asshole. Thank you very much. That's old Linda. Frequent flyer. You never stop. Talking about drinking, right? Just did a video of quit drinking. You never stop. More chance of finding water on the moon, says Mr. Clunes. Water and ice on the moon. What's big, covered in water, yet 100 times drier than the Sahara Desert? It's not a riddle. It's the moon. Did I mention this is from NASA? This is from NASA. For centuries, astronomers debated whether water exists on Earth's closest neighbor. In 2020, data from NASA's Sophia mission confirmed water exists in the sunlit area of the lunar surface as molecules of H2O embedded within or perhaps sticking to the surface of grains of lunar dust. And here's a brief history of the discoveries leading up to the confirmation of water on the moon. Here's another article. NASA recently announced that for the first time we've confirmed the water molecule H2O, hydrogen, 2 oxygen, in sunlit areas of the moon. This indicates that water is widely distributed across the lunar surface. Another from NASA. People also ask, is there any water on the moon? Yes, there is water on the moon. Since 1645, scientists have hypothesized about the presence of water on the moon. Dutch astronomer Michael van Langren noted the dark spots on the moon's surfaces as Maria, or the Latin word for seas, in the first known map of the satellite. Boom, there's Maria on the moon. I thought I would throw that in there because my daughter's name's Maria. It's Latin for seas. Maybe I knew that before, but I forgot it, but now it's refreshed in my memory. The Latin word for seas is Maria. Okay? This guy is unbelievable, super cheap. Couldn't take grandma to a real salon. Absolutely depressing, sad. Grandma deserves better than that. What a prick. Thank you very much there, Mad Mob, one of my frequent commenters. Thank you. Hey, man. Inflation, man. What can I do? If I took grandma to I was out about a quarter. 25 US cents on that salon visit to get her hair colored. If I would have taken her to the salon for a rebond, I'm out $30. $30 versus a quarter. Hey man, times are hard. What a prick. And then I'll just leave you with that comment there. I'm too tired to read that, man. You get the Parrot Award. You're late to the party. You're trying to hurt my feelings. But I'll throw it up there and give you 2 seconds of fame. Just because you self-identified that you are a sociopath / psychopath and everything in between. No empathy for anybody. So there you go. There's your 2 seconds, 2 minutes of fame. However long it lets you stay on the screen. But trust me, I'm all broken up inside over your comment, man. You see the tears going down my face? No, I'm not all broken up inside. Folks, that is this iteration of the Handsome Donkey Show. Again, it's getting old. At some point, I think I'm going to have to cancel the show. The Handsome Donkey Show. Because nobody can come up with anything anymore to change my blood pressure, to get my pulse jumping. It's like the worst is already over. It's like in the beginning there was some creativity. It was like every now and then an F5 tornado would come through. You'd be like, oh shit, well, man, that cut deep. Nobody wants to play anymore. Nobody wants to come up with anything creative to try to hurt my feelings. I'm getting bored. So it's like I got bored with drinking, said I quit. I'm getting bored with the donkeys, and this might be my last Handsome Donkey Show. I think maybe what I'll do is just maybe at the end of every show, if that day there's a real nasty gram, I'll just throw it in there, you know, donkey of the day or something like that. I don't know, because this is just not getting me anywhere. It's not getting my blood pressure up. There's no adventure in it anymore. It's like, you know, putting donkeys in a barrel. It's like shooting donkeys in a barrel. No sport in it. I want to say I appreciate y'all subscribing. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day or evening, wherever you're at on this beautiful planet that we call the Earth. We're going to chill in here in the heat of the day, and then we're going to take a long walk tonight, get the babies out, maybe throw some barbecue down the old lady's throat, a couple balut down the hatch, make her happy, put a smile on her face, get the kids some ice cream, and just enjoy life here in our little town, sort of like Mayberry, where we're at right now. See you guys on the next one, and you gals. See y'all on the next one. Peace out.